Oh man, you guys are reading the title and you're like, what is he about to say? Went and played Black Ops 6 early. I got an invite to go out to Treyarch Studios. Thank you very much, by the way, for the invite. You don't get invited every year. They try to fit in a lot of different people. I get that. I wish I got invited all the time because it's fun, but it is what it is, man. And I was happy to go out and play this one early and offer feedback and ask questions and hear them out. Now, I want to give you a fair warning. Myself, along with every other person that played, is still under NDA. We cannot speak about the specifics of what we played. But don't click off, relax, chill. They gave us a big presentation and told us a lot of stuff about multiplayer, zombies, and campaign that we can talk about and tell you guys. So, and it's big points here. Big points. The first one, and I'm going to try to go in order. This is off the cuff. I did take notes, but Omni movement is now in the game. What is Omni movement? Because that sounds weird. You can now sprint, slide, and dive in any direction. You can sprint backwards, you can sprint to the side, and you can dive backwards and dive to the side. Additionally, while you are diving, you can now shoot your gun. So, and I mean, you saw that in the thumbnail probably. That's a clip from in-game of where a guy's dolphin diving to the side and shooting while he's diving, which I love. Going for cool shots like that is amazing. I wished this was in the game years ago with dolphin diving because, I mean, even if your shots are super crazy inaccurate, there's the chance, you know, you still get the kill sometimes, and that's awesome. I think it's fun. Let me see. You can also prone in any direction. I don't know if this totally means that there's no more prone block in the game. The way it works is instead of how, you know, you used to prone and you turn like this on the ground and your legs would like bash up against something, you get stuck. Now instead it looks more realistic and normal where your dude is like, I don't know, it's hard to describe. They will show something in their reveal or the Microsoft Direct or the Call of Duty one specifically, whatever, that will cover that and show a video how it's changed. Doors are still in the game, okay? We did see this footage. Doors are in the game, but they are a little different now. They can be shot open and I believe shot the reverse. So if you want the door opened or facing a different direction, you can now hit it with one bullet and it will open it and open that line of sight. That makes it a little bit more difficult, I feel like, honestly. That means doors are no longer easy to use as an indicator of whether or not someone has gone a direction, because you can very easily just hit it with one bullet and make it look like someone's been there. Where before, and in this game right now, in Modern Warfare 3, you either have to go through it yourself or use a grenade to like throw people off. All right, so that's the first thing. Omni movement, big change. It might be a thing that is carried over into every Call of Duty in the future. Okay, that's how big it is. It could be in every game in the future. Deaths. I had to drink water, man. This is, like I said, this is off the cuff. Deaths. Dynamic deaths. The camera will now follow you when you die. This doesn't sound like a big deal. I love it for content purposes, but there's a really big reason that this is important for the game. In previous Call of Duties, when you would get shot, and they showed us this indicator, there was 4 main hitboxes in the game. Upper chest, lower chest, or lower legs, whatever, and then neck, head. At least 4 indicators of whether how you died. Like in BO6, there's like 8. It's like left arm, upper chest, left leg, right leg, lower chest, neck, head, and the way that impacts how you die, it means there are, and I think they said thousands, but maybe not, there are a lot of different death animations in the game that change how your character will have ragdolls and funny effects and more. Like hundreds of ways that you can now die. And it will track that while it happens. And this has kind of been an issue in the past, honestly, with kill cams, where if you would throw a grenade and it blows up a car, it would just show the under chassis of the car the whole time. I'm hoping that changes it and shows the guy flying away from the car, or, you know, something different, because the kill cam was always kind of lame and you wanted to see it as a content creator because it's funny. So, yeah. Also, additionally, deaths, big one, big. When you go for assassinations now, you don't always have to get an assassination. You can now take somebody hostage and use them as a meat shield. I mean, we saw footage of it. I never, I don't know how it's going to work exactly. Like, can the person escape? Is the person basically screwed once they've been taken hostage? In the footage they showed, the person gets taken hostage. They walk with them. They get a few kills, right? And then they kill the hostage guy they took as a meat shield. But I feel like they would probably give the person that got taken hostage a chance to get out of it. Like, if you can hit a button combination quick enough, you can escape or something. I don't know if that's true, but I feel like that would be a possibility. So that will be a very weird thing to test in like a beta. New stuff. People love to give COD shit over rehashed maps. I personally like when the maps are good. So if they bring back old maps, I'm still happy. But there's 12 new guns in the game. Not total guns. That's just... Okay, there are other guns that, but there's 12 totally new ones. I didn't write all of them down. They do show them in the Microsoft Showcase. So if you guys do want to see each one individually, you can. There's also new abilities, and this is an example of a couple of them. There's one called Warcry, where you and your friends can use flares. You like strike flares together, and it buffs everyone within a certain radius of you. I'm not sure how it buffs them. I thought about this, like movement speed or health maybe is my guess, but kind of cool for an objective-based game mode. Signal Lure, another one. This is a really cool one, because this is for like the tryhards out there, the slayers. Broadcasts your position to everybody on the map. Why would you do that, right? Well, every kill you get gives you additional score. That's pretty good if you're going for really high streaks, because score streaks are back in the game, right? And, that's a good one, I think. If you want to try to give away your position and then get kills and gives you extra score per kill, pretty good. Spy camera, they listed, I don't know if this sounds like the marking thing from Modern Warfare 2, but maybe it's not. It takes pictures of enemies and tags them. That feels like the MW2 thing, but I can't remember the MW2 thing's name is. So, moving past that though, that's some of the new stuff. New weapons, new abilities, not the maps. The maps are covered in a minute, okay? I covered Omni Movement, the big one. Prestiging. Prestiging is back. The real Call of Duty prestiging. Level 1 to level 55. You go there in military ranks. You get your choice if you'd like to prestige or not. You do it. They set you back to level 1. They relock things. There are 10 total prestiges in the game. Once you get past that, you enter Master Prestige, and you can go to level 1000. It's all available on launch. There are no tiers. They're not locking anything behind a few months. Everything is there. Similar to how it was, not even in Advanced Warfare, Black Ops 3 maybe? I think BO3 had all that stuff in as well off the rip. I did ask them about an unlock token. I didn't get a solid answer on that. But they said that they want prestiging to feel rewarding instead of punishing all the time. Yes, there is risk with it, and you do lose things, some things, but you also gain some things, and you get a bunch of, unique icons and all that stuff, like player cards. So, prestiging's back. I'm happy about that, personally. Post-game. Post-game shows the best play of the game again, which I wasn't super happy to see, but, and winner's circle, by the way, in some modes, best play is final kill cam, which is what they wanted to do in Black Ops Cold War, but did not have time to make it. And they had talked to me before about that. So, in some game modes, maybe round-based game modes, domination, search and destroy, maybe. I know search. I'm pretty sure search, but maybe other modes similar to search. It is replaced with final kill cam. It's not best play of the game, which is awesome. Because a lot of times people go for a trick shot, or they go for a funny kill cam, or whatever it might be, and that kind of ruins it if you can't get that, The HUD is also more customizable. What does that mean? If you guys have played COD Mobile before, you know that you can customize where everything is, which sounds strange, but you can move the mini-map to the right or down to the bottom left. You can move the gun HUD and ammo top right or middle or center or wherever you want it to be. Similar now, in Black Ops 6, you can move around you can't specifically. Maybe in the future. Right now, they're going to give you presets. like a different types of HUDs that they have made ahead of time, and you can select which one you like the most or which one you think is better for you, which will move the minimap around to different locations, make it bigger, maybe even smaller, whatever you might want, including the score, the timers, everything. Scrolling down on my little list here. Multiplayer class creation. I wish the Pick-10 system came back. It's not the Pick-10. It is still Call of Duty though. It's not like a lot of people actually surprisingly didn't like the Pick-10. I made a tweet about it, and there was a lot of like, I don't want this, I don't want this. But there are wild cards, they're back. An example of a wild card is you can have 3 additional attachments on a primary weapon. You have your main weapons, you have your 3 perks. You actually have an additional thing in this called perk bonus, I think, where it's a set bonus. There are 3 types of perks in the game, and they're called Enforcer, Strategist, and Recon, I think. Enforcer, as an example, they gave as a perk bonus. If you select a perk from each category and they're all Enforcer perks, you gain the set bonus, and the set bonus will give you additional health regen or faster health regen, and it will give you movement speed on every kill that you get. That's pretty cool. It doesn't mean you need to have it. You don't have to run 3 Enforcer perks, but if you can make it work in the mode that you're in, you get a small bonus. I can't tell you what the Recon and Strategist one are. That was just the Enforcer. So there are a couple different types. Primary weapons have 5 attachments. Like I said, wild cards will give you an extra 3. You can go up to 8 attachments on a weapon with the wild card. You have 10 custom classes, and you get a dedicated melee weapon. Okay? So you have your primary, you have your secondary, you also have your melee weapon. Now, I hope to God I don't get knifed as much as I did this year. But we'll see. We'll see. Theater mode is back! Oh my God, I can't believe this was on the list. It looked extremely similar to Black Ops 2 theater mode from the screenshot they showed us. I mean, that's self-explanatory. I hope, this is my hope for it, I hope that it's more integrated with current consoles and past consoles that let you share something directly from theater mode to social media. That would be awesome. I think that was the main thing missing in the past from theater mode, mainly because those things like didn't even exist much back then. But yeah, I would love that because it helps people that don't have the opportunity or the software, hardware, whatever, to record things, still share stuff that they would like to share. So I would love that. We'll see how theater mode works. I hope you can save games as well. Like, you know, how you could do in the past. You could save something and you can go back to it and reference it another time. That'd be great. Theater mode's amazing for YouTube. Get different angles of stuff. You know, the editors can go in and get crazy different montage setups. It'll be awesome. Maps in the game. 16 new maps. New, okay? Nothing. I don't think there'll be anything being brought back. 16 new maps. There are 12 core 6v6 maps, and then there are 4 strike maps, which are used for gunfight, 6v6 as well, and face-off. So, I think a strike map is similar to something like Rust or Nuketown. It's a very small map based on the fact they wouldn't use it for gunfight and face-off, but it can still be used for 6v6. It's just more hectic. It's your camo grindy type of map. Multi-maps also take place after the campaign, so they're using parts of the campaign to create, or like locations in the campaign, to create some of these maps. Dude, my mouth is drying out. So, I mean, this is a lot of huge stuff. Like, Prestiging's back, the Omni movement, theater mode is back, the class creation, the new maps, 12 new guns as well with it, the deaths and the death cams. The last thing we haven't touched on, and we need to, actually, there's campaign as well I could address. We'll do that last, is zombies. Zombies was not talked about a lot, but here is what we know. Here's what they told us. Round-based zombies is back. You guys wanted it? It's back. But I think it's only on one map. There are 2 zombies maps. One of them is called Liberty Falls. That is what I think is the round-based map. And the other one might be round-based as well, but the point is to escape. It's called a prison, or it's a prison map called Terminus. It's like a dark, grungy map. And there are 4 operators, I think, that you're able to play as, they showed. But you can play as any operator, but there are 4 main zombies operators, where if you want more lore, dialogue, story, you have to play as those people because it opens up a lot of those check marks, or what it's checking for, to have the interactions. It might mean that you have to play as those for the Easter egg as well. Don't really know. But that covers zombies. I actually checked my phone. I think my phone is the only place I have campaign info. Let's see. All right. So the last little part is the campaign. What's the campaign storyline? There's a shadow force that infiltrates the highest levels of the CIA and threatens democracy. You and your team, or you have to make a team, but you're a rogue unit where you're connecting with some past enemies while you're being hunted. It's in 1991. All right. Now it's built around a lot of the climate, you know, of 1991, but the world is made up, right? It's a narrative that they constructed, and they're trying to go against the Pantheon, which is the shadow force that's infiltrated the government. The timeline is in between Black Ops 2 and Black Ops 3. Frank Woods is in the CIA, but he's riding a desk because of his injury. Marshall is the new team leader. Harrow is the handler. There's a mission that goes sideways in Kuwait where they find Adler, and he's been missing for months. They bring him in, and they get in trouble for it. Like they're what's the best way to word this? I don't want to go into too much detail either. Like, even though they covered it, like, I don't want to go into too much detail and ruin it. Campaign missions, there's... Gosh, they talked about, like, the types of campaign mission. They wanted each one to feel unique. There's, like, a big war mission on a huge map. There's a casino heist. There's a sneaky, like, spy mission. In between... Oh, this is really cool. I loved this, actually, for campaign. In between missions, you visit a safe house, and you can buy upgrades for other missions, or learn about more missions with lore there, which I like too. But I like the whole idea of going to a safe house and upgrading your gear and being able to use different things in future missions. The RCXD is back as well. They have a new thing called a homing knife, which was crazy. When you throw it, you decide where it goes and then it blows up. They didn't show that in multiplayer, so I don't know if it's a multiplayer, but it was in campaign a decent amount, looked like. In terms of abilities, I saw Semtexes, shock charged, regular throwing knives as well. There are some open world missions, which people were like, I don't know if some people didn't like it. I actually liked them a lot, where they give you certain types of objectives that you need to complete, and you can choose how to do those objectives. Go in stealthy, go in aggressive, whatever you choose. We saw a grapple gun too. I don't know if that'll be in multiplayer, but that was pretty cool. I just wrote down like, oh, well, they're showing us the stuff. I was like, look at this, look at this. Anything else there? I think that's about it. They did show us some things of like using historical moments, like campaigning with Bill Clinton and stuff like that. Where like the missions are taking place around that area and in those buildings, and it was fucking cool. I mean, it's they weave it into the world so well. It was cool to see. I feel like if you're my age, at least, or a little older, you'd be like, that's badass. If you're young, it might be still before your time to the point where you don't care. But anyways, that wraps it up. If you have questions, leave a comment. I can respond to some, maybe, depending on the question. Like I said, we can't give specifics about what we played, but I will try to respond within the parameters that I'm allowed. If I can't respond, I'll just simply tell you guys I can't respond. I'm not going to be like, just lock jaw, not say anything. I'll just let you know, like, hey, I can't talk on that. So, thank you very much for all the support. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, like and subscribe. I do appreciate it. And I'd love to have you back. And yeah, that wraps it up.